Hey, what's up? Today on the OnGreenShow, I'm gonna take a loose turtle I had lying around and turn him into the Last Ronin, and now we're in it. So first I traced the turtle, then I traced out a shirt shape, and now I'm cutting it out. I folded it into 4 quarters, so now every quarter of the shirt will be the same. Try it on him. I learned the folding trick. I watched a video of a girl who sewed a doll hoodie, but she made it in like 5 pieces and sewed it all together. I'm gonna do something different. So the first one was too small. I made a bigger one. Now I'm doing a test shirt just out of white material. Those are the pants. For the pants, I made one leg bigger than the other because I'm just folding it and gluing it together. Now I'm working on his toes because the Last Ronin only has 2 toes, and these 2012 figures have 3 toes and fat circular feet. Now I'm just going to glue it together. I'm using, it's just called tacky glue. It was the least expensive glue in the sewing aisle. Now I'm going to work on the hood here. My idea was to leave material and then just add an insert in the middle. A little piece of cork board with a pin to hold it in place. I'm gonna leave that for a bit. Now I'm just grinding his feet into 2 toes. His Last Ronin has some flip-flops on, so I just cut out. That's just cardboard from a pack of Rice Krispie Squares. Now I'm drilling some holes and some pieces of small dowels because I have to make wooden nunchucks for his, he doesn't have the same style nunchucks. It took me a while to cut these in half. I tried a few different ways, but I finally did it. So the hoodie fit, but it's a little small, and I didn't like the way the hood was, so I'm gonna try something different. I had to make the pants bigger too because of his circular fat feet.
He's utterly hopeless.
Now I traced. The material I'm using is curtain. It was $10 for a big curtain. It's like 60 by like 112 inches, I think. I'll use a small piece. Now I'm gluing and just folding and folding back to give some, I don't know, bend to the hood before I glue it into the shirt. Tracing out the pants, I cut those out. So when sewing, I learned back in home ec in like grade 7, you fold it inside out, or you work inside out and then fold it the right way when you're done, and the hem's on the inside. Well, a stitch, but I'm not using stitches, I'm using glue. So he has a bunch of little bags. I made these shapes and cut them out. The material, it's suede or faux suede. I took off the back of my couch. I had to cut the bandana back because it was sticking out too much and interfering with the hood. Now I'm just putting a quick clear coat everywhere where I'm going to paint and gluing these little bags together. I don't work this fast, but everything's in high speed, so now my brain's in high speed, but it's starting to be more like time lapse. My brain, I'm gonna have to slow down these videos more in the future. Now I have some old, it's like a elastic-y kind of thread that I used. It fits nicely in the holes with some super glue. These are the other weapons I have from some old turtle toys that I'm gonna keep for this Last Ronin project. Just trimming the hems and turn it inside out. Okay, getting ready to put the hood in. The Last Ronin has some black gloves on. I'm not going to make black gloves, so I just painted his hands. And I'm working with the blue material for the costume, but I'm still going with black for the headband. And I think the Last Ronin wears black, but then in the light it has a blue tinge that they add the blue in the comic book so you can see it better. That's a piece I flipped and glued together for the belt. Now I'm cutting out, he's got a little chest piece underneath the jacket. And this is it's a foam that has a pattern on it. So you start to see the lines when I just do a light coat. And I wanted to see the lines, and it also has a flap coming down from his jacket or from something. I just add it there. I'm using a leaf green to paint over the places that you might see, because I don't want the same like bright Michelangelo green. I ordered a copy of The Last Ronin a couple weeks ago when I started this video, but it still hasn't arrived yet. Yeah, now he's got two toes. I'm not bothering to paint any of the places. Okay, I also painted his wristbands white. You might hear the construction going on upstairs. It's really annoying, and otherwise this video would have been done a week ago. He's got, there's making some pieces for inside of the jacket where the they flap over. I don't know what you would call that. When I'm doing this, I've got just scrap cardboard, but I'm using the shiny side against the glue because it sticks less. And I don't want to glue the cardboard down. And I've never done anything like this, so I'm really just figuring it out as I go along. Just cleaning up those weapons. I'm going to paint them all black. That just as my base coat. I regretted putting this coat on because I lost all the detail or the lines.
He's hopeless. He's utterly hopeless.
I think I did doing a clear coat over everything, and I also did it on the places I painted on the turtle. So now I'm going in with the black wash. black wash is just black acrylic with water. I'm gonna start gluing his clothes onto him. This is not going to be you can take it off and put it on. Permanent clothes for this guy. Putting another clear coat to seal up the wash. Now I'm cutting to make a leather belt that goes across his chest. This piece is going to be for shoulder pads, which I'm just cutting a little template out of. Now I'm gluing another hem on both sides of the pants so they stay up, and now I'm tying a pants belt out of some brown thread. I folded a little piece of metal back and forth to make a belt buckle, so I can slide the belt until it's tight and then glue it down to him. He has his pants kind of fold underneath his feet into the shoes, so I just gluing all that together. I also put a little piece of the black string between his toes to make mock flip-flops. I'm gluing little straps of the brown leather and some brown suede shoelace around his legs. Legs are done. I'm making the knee pads. Those are just thumbtacks. I gave them a little bit of a sand and I cut the pointy part off. Now I'm gluing some straps on. Glue the pad down and then glue the straps around the back of the knee. And he's got a little orange happy face sticker on the one knee pad, so I drew a couple different sizes of those. Now I'm gluing his shirt on. And glue down the one side of the belt and wrap it around, and it goes through the buckle. Now I'm gluing his, I think it's a belt that he uses to hold his sword up. But when now I'm gluing the shoulder pads and the belt, but I glued the belt in the wrong direction. Now I'm just adding some silver onto the weapons. Alright, for the bags, I glued some of the bags closed, but some I want to open and close, so I'm testing out. I have some little magnets. I just glued that down and left it. I'm painting some gold on the weapons, and so the test magnet worked out. Gluing some more. I found if I stick some metal to the one side, it holds it till the glue dries. Now I'm using a nickel azo gold, which is more of a brown, just to touch up the bags on some spots that you could see the white and the red. This is a Copenhagen blue, and I'm using that to make because his weapons match his outfit. And he's got a circle thing on his back that everything's tied to, so I'm just doing that. and connecting it to the belt and around his arm. So one way, because the belt was so tight, I glued the end of the rope to skewer and then stuck it through and cut where I wanted to cut it and glued it down. I'm filling the little bag with some little smoke bombs that I had. It's a silica gel pack that I painted all the little things black because I needed little black balls for Yoda or Baby Yoda eyes. Now I'm gluing the bags down and also little straps for the weapons to hang in. This was a long build. It took me like 20 hours. And then I had to cut it down as short as I can. Oh, it took me a long time to cut out and get that sticker on. I didn't do a very good job because it was so small. I wasn't using good scissors, but so that's kind of what he looks like. While I was building this, I noticed I have this other loose turtle lying around. It's from the 2003 series, and he only has 2 toes, and he's got skinnier legs. He's missing his belt already. I think he would be much better for a Last Ronin, so I'm going to do another one. And this is what it looks like in the end. Those were my reference shots, and here's the Last Ronin. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace. Always keep your head up. Good night.